Have you ever felt like you're living on autopilot, waking up, scrolling, working, repeat, but deep down you're wondering, is this really all there is to life? The truth is, you're probably asleep. What if I told you that you could wake up, that you could figure out exactly why you're feeling lost, empty, drained, or just exhausted? Keep watching, and I promise you by the end of this video, you will be more self-aware than 99% of this planet. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Marielle Dagassan. I'm a former Wall Street analyst and worked at Goldman Sachs in New York City. After I left, I went on a crazy journey discovering who I am and learned some incredible insights along the way. In this video, I'm gonna share all the lessons I learned that helped me wake up and stop living life on autopilot. Building self-awareness is so powerful, and the key is learning from this book. Now, before I tell you what the book is, what even is awareness? In my definition, awareness is waking up to your ways of being, your patterns, your thoughts, your beliefs, every way that you've been blind or unconscious to the ways in which you've been living up until this point. Let's talk about three things: addiction, awareness, and a practice. By addictions, I mean distractions or attachments. We all have distractions. We live in a world that profits off our distraction. We have a whole entertainment industry designed to keep us in the loop. So instead, I want you to think about a lonely time, a time where human company couldn't solve how you were feeling inside. This is what we all go through. Sometimes you can be in a crowded room and still feel so lonely. But the question really is, when these moments happen and when that emptiness feeling arises, where do you go to distract yourself? TV, Netflix, music, books, or any other form of entertainment? Everybody does it, including me. But what if sometimes you just sat with it? You just sat with that emptiness feeling. On the other side of understanding that feeling is all the self-awareness you will ever need in your entire life. In a moment, I'll show you a practice that will help you get there. But let's talk about attachment, the other form of addiction. Our world and culture has taught us that we need people, that we emotionally depend on them. But really, the truth is you don't need anyone, and you definitely don't need anyone's love. For starters, because you are love itself. And secondly, because when you get in touch with reality, it's actually quite lovely, and your attachments will start fading away. Here's the truth. When we are attached, it's because we believe this thing or person will serve us. It's a me, me, me game. But letting go of attachment makes you realize that no one is here to serve you. For example, you begin to see a piece of paper as a piece of paper, not a check for $1 billion that will solve all my problems. When you begin to see that it's just a piece of paper, you're no longer attached to it because you realize that it doesn't change who you are on the inside. It's just like moving furniture around. I moved so much in my life, actually almost every 2 years growing up. And every time we moved to a new house, I thought it would solve all my problems, but it's not true. These things come with us anywhere and everywhere that we go. And we all know this because when we arrive at the new place, we think, oh man, it's still here. And yes, it's still here. It will always be there with you until you find awareness. This is the book that's changed my life completely. It was given to me by a partner at Goldman Sachs, and ever since then, my entire reality has shifted completely. So now let's transition into talking about awareness. So let's talk about internal fulfillment versus emptiness and the difference between these feelings. I want you to think about a time when you genuinely felt fulfilled, when you were involved in something that made you happy or excited. These moments, they leave us feeling more open towards life. Conversely, think about a time when you felt empty. What were you chasing in that moment? Could have been, might have been, winning, recognition, or being right. These are what Anthony calls worldly feelings. Worldly feelings are when you win a race, or you win an argument, or when you become popular and everybody loves you, or when everyone is recognizing you and applauding you. These are worldly feelings versus soul feelings, being in touch with nature, being absorbed in work that you love, chatting with someone that you love without clinging, just enjoying their presence. One of my favorite quotes from the book, and I have my notebook right here, is lots of people gain the world and lose their soul. Lots of people live empty, soulless lives because they're feeding themselves with appreciation, with praise, with winning, with popularity, with being the boss. Some more nourishing things to feed yourself with could be sunsets, nature, a good book, a good movie, engaging yourself in enjoyable work that you love. In these feelings, there's an openness, there's an excitement towards life, and there's a love for others. So let me walk you through a quick practice. I want to keep this short and brief because at this point, you already know more than 99% of the population. You're beginning to wake up. Here's a quick practice for you to continuously build self-awareness. So try it with me now. First, with anything that's happening in your life, identify a negative feeling within you. The truth is, this feeling is within you. It's not in the external world. It's not in the person you're blaming. It's not in the situation you're blaming. It's you. Next, know that it's not an essential part of the I. The I that lives beyond all of this stuff, beyond your name, beyond your age, beyond your race, beyond your ethnicity, the deeper I. The negative feelings, they come and go, but the I stays the same. And last, understand that when you change, everything changes for you, and you change in reality, in the moment. So know that it's not reality that matters, but what you're telling yourself about it that matters. When you feel those negative feelings, first, feel them. Second, know that they're not you. Third, understand that they have nothing to do with you because you are the I. And fourth, understand that in awareness and in reality, when you change, everything changes for you. The only way to truly change is not to change anything externally outside of yourself, but to change in here. And that's what leads to self-awareness. Awareness releases reality to change you because you let go. You begin to realize that all these external things don't matter. I'll leave you with my favorite quote from the book. The nature of the rain is the same, but it makes thorns grow in the marshes and flowers in the gardens. I love this. The nature of the rain is reality, and you get to choose if you want it to grow thorns or flowers in your garden. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to follow for more, you can follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn for more insights. And if you want a deeper dive into building awareness, then you can check out my video on self-image and how I woke up from the problems I was creating for myself. And leave a comment with one thing that you learned from this video. I love you. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one.